Hello everyone, I am Will, and welcome back to my playthrough of Dark Souls 2, Squalid for Sin. Yep. Last we left off, we just kind of continued exploring Shulva, the the Sanctum City. Yep. Started off at the second bonfire in the city. It's kind of like in a little two-story structure. You have to kind of use raised pillars to get to, but yeah. So we started there, and then we kind of hopped down and kind of walked along some bridges. Yeah, like a little bridge type structures. Picked up some items, and then we came upon the entrance to the Dragon's Sanctum. Yeah, the main structure we saw when we first came to Sanctum City. It's like that little temple, pyramid, ziggurat, whatever you want to call it. Yep. Where Sin was gracious enough to blast the two Sanctum soldiers on the bridge for us. Yep. But instead of crossing, we kind of continued along the ledge, where we picked up the Focused Soul sorcery. I haven't used it yet. Based on the description, it says it fires a beam of soul energy, so I'm hoping it's just kind of like a little laser you kind of shoot out, but I'll have to probably respec just to test it out. But so we grabbed that, then we crossed the bridge and made our way into the Dragon's Sanctum. Yep. Yeah, just kind of came upon a locked door which required the Eternal Sanctum key. I think it's what it's called. But so we went past that. Flipped a switch to open up a secret door, or open up a door, revealing a corpse with, I think, some dragon charms and a soul item. Yep. And then we kind of we destroyed one of the cursed armors that was turning the Sanctum Knights into like little ghosts, kind of. Yeah, and then we fought our first Sanctum Knight. Yep. They can be pretty tough. As far as I know, you can't poise break them, so you can't interrupt their attacks anyway. If there is a way, it requires a really heavy attack, or attack that does such heavy poise damage that it's like, I don't think there is one. The only thing I think of is probably like great sword, like ultra great swords with the stone ring, you know, the R2s and all that stuff. But even then, I don't think you can poise break them. But they're not terrible. You can dodge past them. Their attack recovery is pretty long, so if you dodge behind them, you should have enough time to get up behind them and do a backstab to do most of their health, and just kind of wail on them as they stand up. So all in all, they can be dangerous, but they're not too bad. The most dangerous part is that they're all ghosts in their ghost form. Because all their armors, you have to break all their armors first. You can still damage them, except that they're immune to physical damage, and they take reduced elemental damage. So you can still kill them with, like pyromancies or spells or miracles, but anything that does physical damage, they ignore, as long as they're in their ghost form. So so instead of clearing out that room where the Sanctum Knight was, we kind of went down the hallway, aggroed two of the Sanctum soldiers, ended up dying. That was on me. Ran back to the little hallway, dealt with Sanctum soldiers, encountered our first Sanctum priestess. They're little stationary enemies that shoot out hexes and poison. So they're not too bad. You can distract them with the alluring skull. Alluring skulls will work on the priestesses as well as the Sanctum soldiers. They do not work on knights. I think you have to use the urine sorcery to work on them. But we use alluring skulls just kind of distract the priestess while we dealt with the Sanctum soldiers. Then we dealt with the priestess. Yep. And that little room was a drop down, so there was no way back up. But we did press forward. We activated a switch on the ground to rotate a door to open up. Went our way deeper into, I think, the main hallway in the sanctum. Yeah. Just kind of flipped all the switches we countered, took care of some Sanctum soldiers. I think the first thing we did was went on the left hallway all the way down the end, where it led to a trapped staircase. Yeah, there's like a little switch that activates like little rows of spikes. Yep, we cleared out that room down there with the Sanctum soldiers. There's 2 chests. I don't quite remember what they were in, but there was a 3rd chest behind a door that we had to flip a switch at the end of the main hallway at the roof, so that opens up. And beyond that door is the chest containing the puzzling straight sword. I think I put it in the box. Yeah, I think it's the puzzling straight sword. It's a straight sword, or it's a whip sword, as they call it. Yeah, I think the R1s are standard long sword moveset, but the R2 is kind of like a little whip action, where the sword turns into like a whip. So it's an interesting little weapon. It is dex heavy, so I might consider using it, but we'll see. I think it needs a Twinkling Titanite to upgrade, so I have to get some more of that first. But yeah, so we've grabbed the sword, back towards the main hallway. I'm trying to remember or next thing we did. I think it was the drop down on the little hole in the stairs. And we dropped down there. We went. I think we started to go left. Realized this little room, which is a real pain in the butt the first time. We backtracked to the right, cleared out some bugs. I'm trying to remember. Can't quite remember what the pickups were. Yeah, I apologize. It's been a day or so since I played, so I kind of forgot. I'm sorry. But cleared out the bugs, which led back to the main hallway area. Yep. And then we came upon this little room. Yep. This dangerous room. Yep. Which I think I'm trying to remember what the order we did. Yeah, I think we just ran past all the enemies. Yeah, there was a few ghost knights down on the main level. Kind of ran past them, up the stairs, where we began to deal with one of the priestesses on the bridge out there, and the game crashed. Yeah, we got close to the priestess. She did her, I think it's the Scraps of Life hex. It's got a little AoE hex that kind of spawns around her. And I think, I'm not quite sure what happened, but my guess is that there was an error in the physics, in the physics engine. Because we were by a ledge when the spell went off. I think we either fell down, got launched off. I think it's something to do with the physics that caused the game to crash. But yeah, the game did crash. So luckily, it didn't put us too far back. I think it put us back in the hallway before the drop down into this room. So luckily, the autosave helped us. Yep. Yeah, the game periodically autosaves. So luckily, one of those backups was usable. And again, luckily, it didn't put us too far back. So we came back into this room, again ran past all the knights. This time dealt with that one priestess from range, so we didn't trigger the bug again. And then we I think we dealt with another priestess, but we also aggroed another Sanctum Knight, who was also a ghost still. And I think at that point we just kind of dodged his attacks and used our pyromancies to kill him. Yeah, because again, he was immune to physical, but he could still be killed with elementals. So we just kind of slowly whittled him down. That allows us to get to the chest, which I think was trapped. I think it had another hex in there. Us to a switch, which I think brought us back into the main little hallway, kind of a little shortcut back. And then at that point, we ran across another bridge, which put us into, I'll say, the little burial room of sorts. Yeah, it's a room with a bunch of cursed armor sets that are tied to the various knights. So I think the first thing we did was we aggroed the knights, drew them out of that room, and then we kind of ran past the knights into the room and just kind of, as quickly as we could, went around and destroyed all the armor pieces. Yeah, so that way all the knights in this big room up here would become not ghosts anymore. They become susceptible to our physical attacks and all that stuff. And at that point we just kind of took out one knight at a time. I think one of them fell down. We dealt with one, dealt with another one, grabbed the Eternal Sanctum key down there, as well as the Sanctum Knight helmet. Came back up, dealt with another knight. I think at that point we just kind of cleared out the room. Yep, there's two more knights at the bottom. There was a bunch of items strewn about. Hit one of the switches to reveal a door containing the Sanctum key. This thing, the Dragon Stone. Yep. Yeah, this was in a chest beyond a door we had opened up with a switch. Then I think we went to find another switch to open up the. I think it was this door right over here. Yeah, because there was a door here. You can kind of see it on there. We found the switch to open that up. Hopped in here, and I think at that point we went back towards the start of the Dragon's Sanctum. Yeah, because now that we had the Eternal Key, we can open up that one door. But before we did that, we cleared out that first little room we kind of skipped over. There was the two Sanctum Knights in there. Again, there's two sets of cursed armors we destroyed. Took care of the Sanctum Knights. Yep. And that room had 5 chests. One containing like 50 destructive arrows. Another one contained a Titanite slab, a soul vessel, the Katarina helmet. Yep. So now we have one piece of the Onion Knight. It's not new to the DLC. It was in the base game, but in order to get it, you had to be in New Game Plus and beyond. There's like a red phantom that can drop a piece of the armor set, but I think it only spawns once, so you had to go through various New Game Plus cycles or burn through various bonfire aesthetics just to get them to respawn. But now in the DLCs, they are in chests that we just can loot. So, yep, instead of being an RNG drop, it's now guaranteed throughout the DLCs. I think the gauntlets and greaves are in the Broom Tower, and the armor I think is in Ilium Lois, I believe. I'm almost positive they are, but we'll find out. Yep. And I think the last chest contained the Dragon Charms, I think. Yeah, the main rewards in that room were the Titanite slab, the Katarina helmet, and the soul vessel. Yep. So just kind of press forward, clear out some more Sanctum soldiers, open up another switch door containing a chest with petrified dragon bones and twinkling Titanites. At that point, we backtracked towards the locked door, which opened up with the Eternal Sanctum key, which had 2 sorceresses, as well as 5 chests. 3 of them contained, I think, 8 dried roots. 1 contained the lightning clutch ring, which is a ring that boosts our lightning damage at the cost of some physical damage. Or lowers our physical defense, but increases our lightning damage. And I think the last chest had some bonfire aesthetics. And there was a ladder up, which with some bugs at top, as well as a bridge leading to the Cave of the Dead. Yeah, the little challenge zone for the DLC. Yeah, but in order to cross the bridge, we had to take on an NPC invader. Yeah, but I think it was a Rock Shield Baldur. Kind of a little reference to the Knights Baronique. I'm pretty sure it's a reference to them, because he had the steel armor, stone parma, wing spear. Yeah, I think he's referenced to the Baldur Knights from the Baronique. I think it's the Baronique. I don't know, the lore is kind of questionable. if the knights Berenique are referring to knights from Berenique, or it's a knight order called Berenique, but or it might be Boulder, I don't know. But anyway, Dark Souls 1 lore had that. But we took care of the NPC, lit the bonfire, activated the shortcut elevator back down to the beginning of the sanctum. At least outside of the Dragon Sanctum. Yep. Grabbed some items. I think it was a soul item, a chest containing the Dark Edge. I think it's the Dark Edge. It's a hex that spews a great sword. Where is it? It's right here. Yep. Oh, the Dark Greatsword, I mean. Yep. That was in the chest at the elevator drop-off past the Cave of the Dead. And at that point, we went back to the bonfire up top, and that was it. Yep, that was it. I kind of explored most of the Dragon's Sanctum. Dealt with some knights, grabbed some good loot. Yep. Try to get as much of the nooks and crannies as we could. Yep. And between episodes, I went back to farm some Twinkling Titanites from Shrine of Mana, as well as some Titanite chunks from Black Gulch. I also farmed the Sanctum Knights for their armor set, as well as one of their weapons. They can drop the Sanctum crossbow, as well as the Sanctum repeating crossbow, but I only have the crossbow so far. Gotta get the repeating crossbow from them eventually, but I do have their armor set. I also went back to farm the Sanctum soldiers for their Sanctum gauntlets, I think they're called. Yes, the soldier gauntlets, yeah. Yeah, these things are unique in that it acts like the rat ring. If your weapon has poison buildup on it, these will further boost the poison buildup. So it makes applying poison much quicker if you have that on, and also stacks with the rat ring. So if you have Sanctum soldier gauntlets as well as the royal rat ring, you can apply poison very fast. So especially on a weapon like the man-eater katana. Yeah, since we infuse it with poison, it's if we had the gauntlets and the ring at the same time, we could probably apply poison like 2 hits. So it's very good for a poison applying weapons. I also got the priestess's tiara. I think it's what it's called. Yeah. Right here. Sanctum Priestess Tiara. Yep. Yeah, a little been warped by poison, adding to its already peculiar design. Is said that the priestess sang to preserve the song's deep slumber, but one wonders if a single phrase of their song ever reached the dragon's ears. Yeah, pretty similar to the Milfinitos. They sing for the dragon instead of the dead. Yep. In order to keep the dragon asleep. It's a wooden like helmet. Yeah, it's wood. It's actually the same tiara that Fencer Sharon was wearing. Let's put our mask back on. And I think that was it. Yeah, I think I farmed for the items from the knights, the soldiers, the priestess, as well as the Twinkling Titanites and chunks to upgrade armor and weapons. Yep. Also upgraded our another claymore to +10, and infused it with lightning, which is what I have here. Also upgraded the armor I'm wearing to the max I could. I think I also upgraded the Sanctum Knight armor to +5 as well. So the only thing I did between episodes: farm for items, upgrade materials, upgraded some stuff. I think I leveled up once or twice. Put more points into vitality to increase our equip load. And that was it. That's all I did between episodes. Yep. And today we're just going to continue down the Dragon Sanctum. Yep. We have the rest of the Sanctum to go. Yep. I know we're going to have to deal with Jester Thomas. Yep, he becomes an invader here in the Sanctum. Yeah, he does use pyromancies. He is very powerful. So just do not underestimate him, because he can and will kill you really quickly. We'll have to go through the imperfects. I hope to get to them as well. Think of them as the dragon butts from Lost Izalith. Yeah, big, kind of slow, but they pack a wallop. And they also spew out like a little lightning orb, which is but they will be our main source for the dragon scales. I will farm them for scales as well as petrified dragon bone every now and then, but mainly for the scales. I think they have a bit better drop rate than the dragon knights in the dragon shrine, but I will use them for the dragon scales. And hopefully we'll be able to put our dragonstone to use, grab the drake knight's drake blood sword, and maybe prepare for the boss fights in the following episode, but we'll see. I hope to go through Thomas, the imperfects, and hopefully get the last shortcuts unlocked in order to get through the boss fights. But yeah, so yeah, that's the plan. Just kind of get as far as we can in the sanctum. And our equipment for today, at least to start off, I have my lightning claymore plus 10. Fire probably would have been a better choice, but I like lightning anyway. And again, claymore is probably our best weapon against the sanctum soldiers if we do come up against them. Our dragon chime, our king's shield. I have my ring of steel protection because I want to boost my physical defense a bit, because my armor set's not quite physically defense heavy, so hopefully this will help in our survivability. Corlanthi ring because stamina regen's always good. Stone ring, hopefully to stagger sanctum soldiers in 2 hits. Southern ritual band for my attunement slots, and my armor set is judgment mask or mask of judgment. Chaos robes, because I really do like how these look. Lydia gauntlets and leggings of Horus. All these maxed out to as much as I could at the time. I think it looked pretty cool. I have my gems, green blossom, although I probably won't need these. Yeah, we just do that. Alluring skulls just in case. You're not going to need the aged feathers. Actually, I could probably use my bow. Put the bow on, just in case. Here are my stats. I did put a few points into vitality, so we do have a bit more equip load. Can never have enough equip load. And I have 3 copies of Great Lightning Spear, 2 copies of Sunlight Blade, and I have Denial on. Yep, Denial should allow us to survive a hit. It only lasts, with our current faith level, it should last about 4 minutes, but it does have a finite duration. You can't just cast it and just not have it on all the time, which I think is what it should be. It should be like an infinite duration, but you only get the 1 cast out of it. Yeah. But with Amber Earth, we can always renew the cast. So 4 minutes is a long time, so hopefully we'll pop it when we need it, when we get to a difficult section. Yeah. Alright, I think I rambled on long enough. Let's get this show on the road. Alright. It's probably the best drop down right here. Now we'll hop across and then we'll drop down. I have no need to fight them. I see you twerking that butt. Yeah, so this is our path down. There should be some more, if you You hear the stinging. Yep. Should be some, yeah, here's some a knight. Alright. Ow. There we go. Yeah, just go for the backstab and then hit him when he gets up. Yeah. This is actually the main way down. I think the singing is, what's her name? The Squalid Queen. I forget her name. The first boss in the DLC, surprisingly. Yeah, she's down there somewhere, but she's actually at the very bottom anyway. We'll do that eventually, but just not right now. Is this where Jester Thomas invades? I think this is where Jester Thomas invades. Yep, he invades right here. Yep, this is where Jester Thomas comes in. Let's see if we can trigger his invasion. Let's get excuse me. Let's get the Nile going. Excuse me. Growth bomb. Alright, Thomas, I know you invade here, so let's go. Go. Alright, so this is actually a good room. Yeah, he does. He's his dual pyromancy. Pretty chunky. Luckily, the King's Shield does have pretty good fire negation. That's, I think, Power Within. Ah. Alright, he didn't do as much damage as I thought. Which is fine. Can spell parry his pyromancies away. Oh yeah, you can't backstab him. That's warmth. Get him away from that. Warmth is a heal pyromancy. Yes, you cannot backstab Jester Thomas because he does have a. There he goes. Jester Thomas. Gotta respect Mr. Thomas. Effigy, some souls. Alright. Yeah, this is warmth. It heals anything nearby, including enemies. So, but as I was saying, you can't backstab Jester Thomas because his armor set, the Jester chest piece, it negates critical hits. So, yeah, nullify foes' critical hits. It only nullifies backstabs. Yeah, so he's wearing this, so you can't backstab him. Jester Thomas. And this should lead us to the Imperfects, I believe. Yep, here we go. The fun part. Need to get them one at a time. Come. Yeah, that's that little lightning thing they have. they're not too bad. I think they have a damage negation whenever they do. I think when they jump, they have reduced damage when they jump. So you see them jump or stomp. I think it's those two. I'm trying to remember. I remember they have a damage reduction during certain moves. So you have to like wait for it to kind of like finish up. Kind of like the ancient dragon. Oh, I turned around. Now that's on me. Yeah. Come on. Heals going. I think that's a grab attack. Yeah, you can see we only did 60 damage there. That's their damage negation at work. They're not too bad. It's just they drain stamina really, really easily. Also, doesn't help that our movement's slowed in this little water. But petrified dragon bones. Right, let's lure him. Yeah, if you can get them one-on-one, they're not bad. Looks like the lightning. Come on, buddy. Ow. What you gonna do? I think they're weakest to lightning, but I'm not too sure. I want to say they're weakest to lightning, but considering they're like imperfect dragons, but there's the bonfire. Trying to get this guy's attention. Nope. Jump, and we can't block that, which I figured, but. I don't think Alluring Skulls work on these guys, but I can give it a try. What you doing, buddy? Yeah. Block is not a good idea. Okay. Alright. So let's grab this. Soul of a Great Hero. Don't mind if I do. We'll tag. Well, actually, we should rest. Actually, well, no. We'll tag the bonfire. Not gonna rest. I don't want to spawn these guys again. And our durability is getting a little low, so I have to keep an eye on that. So we have like 2 more, it looks like. Alright. Come on. Ow. Yeah, I couldn't roll in time. Didn't have any stamina. There we go. Drink. Petrified dragon bone. Yep, so they can drop petrified dragon bones, and they will drop dragon scales as well. So. There should be one more it's kind of patrolling about. This. 3 human effigies. Don't mind if I do. I think the last one's over here somewhere. 2 dried roots. No thanks. Actually, I want to make sure I get all the items. I'm going to do one loop around to check. Okay. We went that way, we got all that stuff over there. Alright, I think we got everything. Alright, so let's make our way forward. Alright. There should be one more imperfect somewhere. This is over here. Oh, really? That's all of them. But there is a ledge here, so don't go too far forward. Alright. I thought there was another one. I'm pretty sure I saw another one. Whatever. Let's prepare powder so we don't use our claymore. Might as well use a dusk herb. There we go. We use the dragon stone right here. This will raise up this bridge. Yes. Go. That should lead us. That should allow us to access the rest of the sanctum. Through here, we have. This opens up. I think this takes us back to the beginning. Let's just take us back towards the very beginning. If it does, we kind of wasted a repair powder and built a dusk herb. But this looks like the beginning. Oh no, it takes us here. Okay. And this should lead us up. Where? This is probably back to the beginning. Yeah, yes. Come up here. Bonfires above us. Back in Shulva. Yep, this is where we started. Sinh was slumbering there. The bonfire's up there. That's further into the sanctum. Alright. Nice little shortcut. Alright, so now we're gonna. Now we have a bonfire we can access if we die on the way down. We're going to go back all the way back down because there is an item we have to go grab. So we actually might be able to take on the Squalid Queen and probably Sinh. If we're lucky enough anyway. Let's go back down. Past here. Interesting little crystal. here. Here it is. The Drakeblood Greatsword. It's an interesting weapon. It's very good dex scaling. Oh, okay. It has physical damage as well as magic and lightning damage. It has elemental infusions on it. Well, elemental damage. The scaling is just for physical, but it's a triple split damage weapon, so it gets very interesting. Very powerful as well once you upgrade it. You could put a magic infusion on it to have it scale with magic damage as well, or lightning damage, or fire to have 4 different damage types on it. Yeah, it's a very, very interesting weapon. Looks to be kind of short. Yeah, it's not very long. Yeah, it's a pretty short weapon. It's got that moveset. Greatsword wielded by the Drakeblood Knights, led by the Honorable Sir York. The insignia chiseled upon its hilt symbolizes dragon's blood. To the Drakeblood Knights, fresh dragon blood was sacrosanct. They believed that by obtaining it, they could achieve a true understanding of life, transcending their own banal existence. Kind of like the dragon people, the dragon covenant people, believing to be dragon is to transcend life and all that stuff. But they go about it by trying to drink dragon blood. And since Sinh is a dragon, they figured his blood should work. And they were led by Sir York, or York, or however you want to pronounce it. So they came down here for the dragon blood. I think the people of Shulva defended the dragon, kind of try to fight the invaders off. But as we saw at the beginning, Sinh has a spear stuck in his back, so I guess they kind of succeeded. Well, failed? Yeah, no, they failed. But by being pierced by the spear, the dragon spewed out poison, which caused Shulva to become, toxic, filled with poison. Yep. Alright, yeah, I think you're not anything. Alright, let's go up. Yep, we have some Drakeblood Knights to fight. I'm not looking forward to it. They are pretty tough. So I will go through this little section here. It does require some drop downs. It might take a few passes to get everything, but human effigy, don't mind if I do. Yep. Alright, so across here. Back into the sanctum. That's blocked off or destroyed. Here we go. It does require drop downs. Let's put on the cat ring. Oh, okay. I'm being cautious because there are Drakeblood Knights coming up, and they're not to be trifled with. And if you just want to go to the boss, which is right down there, that's the Squalid Queen, you could just drop straight down. You can avoid all these side sections, but we're going to explore the side sections because they have loot, and we want all the goodies we can get. But to get everything, we're going to have to do a few passes, so we're definitely going to be fast traveling a lot, or yeah, we'll be fast traveling back to the bonfire. That's for sure. All right. You can hear her singing. Yep. All right. Let's put our ring back on. So we have Drake Blood Knight. All right. All right. There we go. All right. Not too bad. Not as bad as I remember them. Yep. They can parry you. They can guard break, as you saw. They don't drop anything except for souls. Their armor set is a loot that's somewhere in here, which we will get. I think this room, if I remember right, this room has a bunch of crystal lizards. Yep, you can just make them out. There's another Sanctum Knight right there. Yeah, there's like 4 or so crystal lizards. I think they ran. Oh no, not yet. Good. Yeah, you can just barely see them, but there's 4 of them up there. They will run immediately. You're stuck, so we're going to take advantage of it. Hey, get back to where I can shoot you. Okay, you fell down. Which one opens up which? I think you open up that one. Alright, we're going to switch over to this. Because I find this one's better at dealing with crystal lizards than the claymore. Alright, so you open up that one. Okay, cool. Alright. Coming, buddy? Swings it open, so now we're stuck. Which is fine, we dealt with him. Yep, empty chests. Yep, yeah, that's right, this room is empty chests. Alright. You can actually get a better view of the crystal lizards over there. You have to open the door again. I think they'll run it out into this room. Alright, so we're gonna swing this open. Yep. You guys run that way, or what? I think they run that way. Yeah, I think we are not going to get them. They're going to run away. Yep, yeah, they run that way. Okay. That's fine. I mean, yeah. All right, that's fine. Yeah, definitely not gonna get them all in one pass. I think it was like 4 of them up there that they run out this way, so I figured we were going to miss them. Yeah, I should have known they would run this way, but oh well. Well, I'll get them on my own time. So, yeah, but there are crystal lizards up there. Just deal with this knight first. Get the door this way, and then just. All right. So I think that does it with this little section. I think we want to go over there next. Let's just run across, drop down. Yeah, I think you can make this jump. But we're going to go over here first. Alright. There is a fake wall around. Hexing urns? Ah. Yep. Now, I think you can parry jump attacks. I'm trying to... I know you can parry with your shield, so I'm not even gonna try. Gotcha. Alright. Thank you. I know there's fake wall around here somewhere. It might be on the other side. Yeah. I think it's on the other side. I'm just gonna... Alright. That's where we came in from. Go over here. You can see another Drake Blood Knight right there. I think what we wanted was over there, so we're gonna have to come back for that. But we're going to explore as thoroughly as we can. Just making our way down. Making our way down. There's another Drake Knight on here somewhere. There it is. I knew there was one down here somewhere. Aha! Secret bonfire. Nice. So now we have a quicker access to the Squalid Queen if we ever do die to her, which we probably will because of ads. Just their knights. Hefty damage, nice. Yeah. Oh, I parried. Like that. Ooh, that did a good amount of damage. Right. Yeah, so their armor set's probably on the other side of the gap. Oh, there's the other one. We saw you from up top. Zap. Yeah. Again, they don't drop anything except souls, so we already got their armor. I mean, we already got their weapon. Their shield we get from the Blue Sentinel Covenant, so we'll have to go through New Game Double Plus to get that. think their armor, yeah, I think their armor's on that side. I think. There's the bonfire. Again, a bunch of empty chests. Never mind, here it is. The Drake Blood armor set. Helmet, armor, gauntlets, and leggings. A very cool looking armor set, I'm at that. As we saw from the other Drake Blood Knights we've been fighting. Black helm of the Drake Blood Knights, who came from a land long forgotten. The Drake Blood Knights, who worshipped the blood of dragons, were led by Sir Jorg in a siege of the Eternal Sanctum, but sunk into the sanctum when the slumbering dragon awoke. The red cloth wrapped around their black armor represents the sacred blood of dragons. I think all their armor pieces have the same description on them. Yep. Oh yeah, really cool looking. We're close to our 70% limit, but if we put on our soldier ring, we should be fine. Yep. I do lose out on my elemental defenses, but we do make up for physical. I'm tempted to wear it. I am tempted to wear it. I don't have enough to upgrade it. I think it takes Twinkling Titanite to upgrade, so. Let's rock it. I don't mind. Alright, I thought it was on that side, but it's actually over here. Cool. Yep, oh, there's the summon sign. That should be Benhart, I believe. We can summon him. There's no nice drop down, not that I see. We might have to, well, I mean, I'm tempted to try this right here, kind of like a little sprint, although I do want to check out that side, see if I can get to that side. Let's just make it to the bottom first. I think we have to go up. I think we can access the main thing up here. Yes, right here. Okay. So we can just drop off here. Drop down here. Let's just put us over here. Yep, that's where we saw. We could jump across. How far down are we? We could just kind of go, okay. We'll hop across. Yes, do you see some items? Two Drake Blood Knights. We'll probably aggro both of them if we're unlucky. Probably going to be the case. Alright, good. If we can just fight one of you, we'll be fine. There we go. Nice. Vine Balm? Vine Balm. Is that the dexterity one? Yes, okay, this one boosts the dexterity by 5 for, I think, like 45-ish seconds. I don't think we can sneak up on him. I think he'll aggro once we get close. So Twinkling Titanites. Which is fine. I think one parry should be enough to kill him. There we go. I'm going to assume there's another one. Brave Warrior. Some more Twinkling Titanites. Sponge of smooth silky stone. That's nice. Okay. Right. I think there's some more fake walls, but I'm not too certain on that. I knew about the one for the bonfire. I knew that one. But I don't think there's any more. So we're just going to do a quick check here. Alright, I think we're fine. Yeah, I don't see any. Alright. Let us make our way to the bottom, then we'll hop back up. Right here. Sprinter crofts. Okay. Keep dropping down. Now we're in the Dragon's Rest. It's at the very bottom. We're probably not going to do any boss fights this episode. I do want to go back up and check the other side. So that'll probably be the rest of this episode. And we'll come back next episode and probably do the boss fights proper. You know. Here's Benhart. Yeah, if you've been doing his little quest line, he does become available here in the Sanctum. We might summon. It'll probably help because the Squalid Queen does have ads. She does like summoning other things. So we might summon Benhart. Who's this? This is... Who are you? Steelheart Ellie. So we got Grave Warden Agdane's chess piece. We might summon you, I don't know. Alright, but anyway, we're going to go back up top. And we're going to do the drop down again. This time we're going to go through the other side. Yep. This should probably put us, right here in the Sanctum. We want to this one. Alright, so I'll be right back. So I'll cut the video here till we get to the inner sanctum. Alright. We'll come back here. Yeah, this is a good spot. I'm just gonna drop down back to so we want to go over to that side. I think we did this side earlier. Yeah, here's the Crystal Lizard room. Oop. Forgot about you. Ow. Really? You're gonna stand it, be my guess, but man, that guy was, oh man, yeah. Drake Blood Knights can definitely be challenging. Alright, so we definitely want to go over there. I think that's where we went. Well, that is where we went. Okay, never mind. Next, we drop down here. We were here, and then we hop across there. I'm trying to remember what side we were on. Yeah, I think we went this way. So we want to go that way. I think we can jump across here. There we go. Although, does this really take us anywhere? Not really. I think it's just a dead end. Alright. Go here. We can jump across again. Again, does that really take us anywhere? May not be anything on the other side. Just drops us here. Is it there? Is it there? Because that's where those Drake Blood Knights were. Oh, crap. I forgot the ledge was smaller than I thought. That's fine. Yep. Death to gravity. #1 cause of death in Souls games. Yeah, I want to... So I'm going to go back, grab our souls, continue exploring that other side, so I'll see you when I get back. I'm not going to use an effigy not until we clear out the area, because I don't want to waste them, but... Alright. There we go. Alright. Now let's not drop off the ledge. Sprint and jump. There we go. Okay, there actually might not be anything on this side. Alright. Might have been just that one little section with the 2 Drake Blood Knights and all those items. It doesn't look like there's anything over here. Alright. So we're getting close to the bottom, but I don't see any... Yeah. Alright. Yeah, okay. Alright, yeah, because that's where those 2 Drake Blood Knights were with all the items. We can check over here. It's like just a solid wall, yeah. Solid wall, alright. What's our time? Oh, actually, Alright, I'm going to undo what I said earlier. We'll fight the bosses. Yeah, might as well. We'll make this one a kind of a longer one. I don't mind that. Although, it might take us a few tries with Sin. But... So let me prep for the fight. I think we'll stick with our Lightning Claymore. We'll add an offhand weapon just in case. Well, with our knight, with our armor here, it's kind of... you can't stagger her. I would like that, but it doesn't have much durability, so it might break during the fight. Actually, she does use pyromancy, so we're going to do that. Particularly powerful one at that. Alright. Keep that. That's, well... She does summon skeletons. Or she can summon skeletons. Nah, we'll stick with our goodies here. Alright. I think we're okay. Alright. So let's make our way down. Actually, wait. 50 might be enough, but we'll grab another 20. Alright. So now we're going to make our way down. I will summon for the fight because she also summons, so might as well even the playing field. I think it's right here. Which is right here. And right here. Thank you. And here. And here. Alright. There we go. Okay. I forget her name. She's, I think, actually it might be Elana. I think it's Elana. It's the Squalid Queen. Another one of Shard of Manus that coalesced into a Dark Queen figure. Yeah, so she made her way here to the Sanctum City. She's singing to the dragon, hoping to keep it asleep. She's mainly a caster type boss. She will shoot out dark orbs. She has a flame swath type of attack, which is the main reason why I have a fire quartz ring +2, just for that one attack. She does have melee attacks when you get close. The biggie with this boss is that she summons help. She can summon a few pigs, she can summon 3 skeletons, or she can summon Velstadt. Yes, she can summon Velstadt. He's not quite as strong as his boss version, but he's still pretty tough. Yeah. So that's kind of why I will be summoning for this fight, just for that one reason. It will make the fight... It might make the fight a bit harder, but having the extra NPC help to help at least distract her summons will help. Yeah, so if she does summon, I would try and focus on her summons if you can, just so to get out of the way. Her summoning is on I believe it's on a cooldown, so once she summons, she has to wait a bit before she can summon again. But she summons from a pool of enemies, again, the pigs, the skeletons, and Velstadt, with I think the skeletons being the most common. Yeah. Although, if the skeletons are alive when she summons again, she'll either summon Velstadt or the pigs. So she can summon multiple times, even if her summons are already still alive, she will just summon some more. So it's just best to take care of them as quickly as you can. Which means I should probably put a mace on. Yeah, I'll put the mace on. I'll put the mace on just for the skeletons. Yeah. Yeah, so because she summons, we'll summon help. We'll probably summon Steelheart here. I'm pretty sure this fight also counts for Benhart's little NPC quest line. So if you didn't summon him for the Giant Lord, you can summon him here. This should count as a boss summon, but we already got his stuff, so there's no way to test it here. Alright, yep, so the biggie is just that she uses spells at range. She summons additional help. She does melees up close, but she's not... All in all, she's not too bad. as long as you just deal with her summons as quickly as you can. Yep, so... Alright. Steelheart Ellie, let's go. I choose you. Yeah. Only summoning her just because of the additional ads she summons. Alright. We'll cast Denial, Sunlight Blade, and we'll go right in. Okay, so it is Elana. There's little dark orbs. She teleports away. She has more health because we summoned, but that's a little flame swath. Ow. We'll take the hit. That's summons. Who's she summoning? Oh, I thought it was a summon. Okay. I misread that one. I misread that. That's a summon. And that's Velstadt. Let's take care of him real quick. Those are pursuer type spells. She's summoning again. Don't tell me it's Velstadt. It's freaking Velstadt. Z does a poison. That's a AoE. Get out of there. Goodbye, Ellie. It was nice knowing you. There we go. Just back off. Oh. Chug. That should be the skeletons. Skeletons. And they can... Luckily they died in one hit, so that's fine. Go. Trade with skeletons. Ow. Come on, pursuers. Go. Velstadt again. Jesus. I'll just chuck sliding spears at you. I think our denial is up. Ow. I don't like it when she gets aggressive. that's why we got to take care of ads quickly. At this point, we're just gonna get our stamina back. Great, it's pancakes. Again. There we go. Jesus, spell stat 3 times. God damn. Soul of Elana, Squalid Queen. Jeez, that fight was harder than it had to be. I can't believe she summoned Velstadt 3 times. That's... The skeleton should be the most common. She only summoned him once. And then she summons Velstadt 3 times. Why? Why? Whatever. Yeah, but for the most part, she's pretty defensive. She lays back. Although when she does summon a comrade, she does get aggressive. Yeah, but... Yeah, just kind of wail on her. I'm pretty sure fire is her weakest element, but stuck with our lightning anyway. Yeah, again, for the most part, not too bad. If she didn't summon Velstadt 3 times, it would have been better, but she summoned Velstadt 3 times. Jeez. Still can't believe she summoned him 3 times, but anyway. Yep. And we got her soul. Yep. Soul of Elana, Squalid Queen, who rests beside the slumbering dragon of the eternal sanctum. This child of dark accompanies the dragon, slowly amassing souls in anticipation of the coming day of vengeance. The wondrous soul of this augur of wrath can be used to acquire numerous souls or to create something of great worth. Yep. She is a child of dark, capital D. Means she's a child of Manus, child of the Abyss. Yep. And she's gathering souls for the day of vengeance because she is the embodiment of wrath, I think. Yeah, this augur of wrath. Yep. Vengeful hatred and all that stuff. Yep. So I guess she accompanied the dragon. So she's singing to keep the dragon asleep in order for her to gather power from it or from people who seek it. Yep. So, yep. And this mural, we saw it before. Yep. We saw it up at Dragon Shrine. Yeah, this was that little mural above a stone door that led to the petrified egg, as well as the invader Dragon Fang Villard. Yep. It's the same mural. Mm-hmm. Alright. And just beyond that is the final boss of the DLC. Should be Sinh, the Slumbering Dragon. Ooh, I see a bunch of little bones. Yep. Straight to a bonfire. Nice. We have Transcendent Eddy, very similar to Dragon Fang Villard. And over here we have Abyss Fiva. Looks to be pretty similar to Lycia, except I'm pretty sure her chime there is the Chime of Want. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Yeah. And through there is Sinh, the Slumbering Dragon. Alright, so we'll keep Denial, but we're going to change this out to the Sunlight Spear. We'll put on Denial. we be dragon hunting now. And we're definitely going to put on another weapon. Because Sinh has a special effect attached to him. Stick with the trusty spear. Keep that on. Definitely going to need our poison moss. Alright. Nah, we won't summon for this fight. Alright. So through here is Sinh, the Slumbering Dragon. Yep. Actually, let me... be honest, I should use the Bracing Knuckle Ring, to be honest. And we'll stick with our Flame Quartz. We'll also throw on Repair Powder. Just in case. Alright. Yep, so through here, Sinh the Slumbering Dragon. Yep, it's another like ancient dragon fight, similar to Calamite, but not as good. At least not as memorable. Yep. So he will fly up. He will shoot out a little fireball. He has like a little flame breath, swipe attacks, bites, the whole shebang. Except that he also inflicts toxic. Yep, not poison, toxic. Yep. Toxic gets applied if you get hit by either his fire or his swipes or his bites and all that stuff. So, hence the poison moss. But the biggie with this fight is that he has a special effect attached to him, where it causes additional durability loss for each hit you do upon him. So your weapons will degrade faster in this fight. There's actually a bug related to ultra great swords, halberds, scythes. I think it's those weapons, yeah, where the durability loss is particularly bad for them. Like you can hit him like 4 times and your weapon breaks. So, but for straight swords, great swords, spears, it's the normal durability loss in addition to his special effect. But hence why we have 2 weapons, because I am expecting at least the claymore to almost break in this fight. Also, I have repair powder, but for the most part, it should just be another dragon fight. I just gotta get. So we just gotta watch out for the toxic. Just kind of stick close to him. If he does fly up, try to run at him, run towards his tail to avoid all the breath attacks. He does have a like little flying, swooping attack. I don't think you can block that. The hitbox for that thing is pretty big, so you think you might dodge out of the way, but you'll probably still get hit by it. We'll probably get hit by it here. Hopefully we can get some lightning spears out, but yep. And as with any dragon, I'm pretty sure his weakest is to lightning for the elements. The rust, I believe, for the physical, but alright. Let's get our denial on. Walk through, chuck some spears. Let's go. He's actually gonna, he's right there. Wakey, wakey. Oh, come on, where's my input? Wow, yeah. There's that swoop attack. I should have known DLC enemies, they are pretty resistant to the elements. that thing has a bigger hitbox than you think, so... Really, we can't block that? I thought we could. Yeah. I figured that was going to happen. Take this chance to heal. I knew that had a hitbox on it. Ow, that got behind us. Let's back off. Again, it's lingering hitbox. There's denial. So denial saved our butts. I think you just gotta strafe, just like one like that. Got you on the nose. Ow. Yeah, just sprint away. Don't even bother dodging the sprint. Your stubby arms got me all the way out here. Just sprint. Yeah, just sprint. Get back here. Where are you? Should have known. Pop off. What you gonna do? That actually did pretty good damage. That was close for comfort. Ah, that one you might have to roll. His head out of there. Drink. We're just going to use up our Great Lightning Spear. I think you have a swing swipe. Ah! I meant to dodge, not sprint. Alright. Casts are done. We'll top off. Alright. Switch to my spear so I have a bit of pokey range. What you gonna do? Ah. see. Swoop. Woo. Ah. Right, so you can block those, okay. Ah. So we were able to block that. Oh, you have one of those. I didn't know you did that. Alright. Off. Hiya. Ah. That works. Ah. Hiya. Soul of Sin, Slumbering Dragon. Alright. Not bad, not bad. Yes. Yeah, if you see him fly up, start sprinting to one side. Yeah, because there's little fireball attacks. You can't, it seems like you can't dodge. You have to actually sprint to the side, and you should be able to clear it. Either that or a dodge too early. But yeah. It's like the big neck swipe. I don't think you can block it. You just get knocked over. You can block his little paw swipes, luckily. And he is pretty... I forgot, this is the FromSoft DLC, so all the enemies are going to be fairly resistant to elements. I thought he was weak to lightning, but it didn't seem like it, so... Yeah. But, all in all, it was okay. It was okay. He did spend a lot of time in the air, which is... man. Luckily, we avoided getting toxic, and kind of avoided getting our weapons broken. Although, Denial did came in, it did trigger, so we would have died without it. So, yep. Alright. All in all, not too bad. Not too bad. Not quite as good as Calamite. Definitely better than the Ancient Dragon, I'll say that. But, alright. Let us loot. We got Yorg's Ring, so this might be Yorg here, leader of the Drake Bloods. And to remove that little sound, we'll examine. Crown the Sunken King. A faint heat lingers in the ancient crown. Alright. So we got the Soul of Sin, the Slumbering Dragon, which I'm surprised is not one of these. It's like one of these normal souls. I thought it would be one of these, but Soul of Sin, or yeah, Sin, the dragon, who sleeps in the lowermost depths of the land. The king erected a magnificent city, and the dragon slept soundly until Sir York disturbed it with a single great strike, and the dragon could bear its store of poison no longer. The reign of death toppled the city, but restored the dragon's purity. The wondrous soul of this dragon can be used to acquire numerous souls, or to create something of great worth. Yep. So it seemed like the dragon was containing the poison inside of it. Like, I think it was trying to sleep it off, kind of deal, until Sir York came and impaled it with the spear. Yep. At that point, the poison spewed out, bringing death to the city, but oddly restored the dragon's purity. Yep. Yep. We also picked up Yorg's spear, ring, We assume it's Yorg over there because we picked up the ring from it. The guy who impaled the dragon. Sometimes deflects spells. Yep. I think it has a 50% chance of activating. If you get hit by a spell, this is a chance for it to rebound. Yep. Kind of like a spell parry of sorts. Ring of Sir Yorg, who sought the blood of a dragon and invaded Shulva. Can deflect spells. When Sir Yorg faced Sin, the slumbering dragon, he drew blood with a flash of his steel, but Sin responded by spewing forth the poison that had long brewed within him, blanketing the city in a miasmic cloud. Yep. If you can actually, I don't know how easy or how clear you can see it, but the emblem on Yorg's ring is the same as Drangelic. Yep, you can actually kind of see the shield here. I'm pretty sure it's the same, which kind of shows that Yorg is a knight captain from Drangelic. Yep, who sought a dragon's blood. And again, I think it's a 50% chance to parry a spell. And we also picked up Crown of the Sunken King. Crown of the Sunken King, who once ruled this land. The king erected the eternal sanctum below the earth to worship the great dragon. But the towering bulwark crumbled with the city shortly after the dragon's awakening. But these were events of long ago, and today no one even remembers the king's name. Nope. So now we have our first crown, or, well, second crown technically, because we have Vendrick's crown, but it's our first crown from the DLC, or a DLC. All that's left to do here in the Sunken King is to do the Cave of the Dead, which I am not looking forward to. It's the challenge zone for this DLC. So it's a gauntlet of enemies up to the boss fight, which is a gank fight. Yeah. So that's going to be next episode. Yeah, I'm not going to deal with that today. No. Nope. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Ornifex to see what we can make from the souls. I'm pretty sure you can get York's spear from Sin's soul. And I think you can get Elana's axe or halberd from her soul.
Hello there. Do you have a wondrous soul?
Why, yes, I do. I have quite a many. Alright. So these are the ones we had so far. Yep. York's spear from the Soul of Sin, the Slumbering Dragon. His class is a spear. Pretty good physical, very good scaling. Although we need a lot more strength if we want to actually properly one-hand it. Spear wielded by Sir York during his invasion of the Sanctum City. After its defeat of the Sunken King, Sir York pierced Sin, the Slumbering Dragon, with the spear to claim its blood. But Sin immediately awoke, spewing a poisonous fog that blanketed the city in death, and Sir York disappeared into the Eternal Sanctum. Yeah, it looks like York defeated the king and then went to claim the dragon blood as a Drake Blood Knight. This was the spear that was impaled in Sin when we fought him. And we have the Wrathful Axe. Halberd, strength weapon, pure physical, though it does have a faith requirement, interestingly. An armament forged from the soul of Elana, Child of the Dark. Use strong attack to unleash its latent power. I believe it's in It's an AoE blast. When the abyss dissipated, the things that called it home were fragmented and scattered across the realm. Eventually, these pieces regained form in ways that hint at humanity's true nature. Yep. Humanity's true nature is like emotional, based on various emotions. Wrath, want. What's the other ones? Desire, I think. I don't know. Yeah. But yep, humanity's true nature, huh? But yep. I personally would go with the spear, but halberds of this game are hit or miss, so.
Do you find me strange? You humans are always this way. No.
Alright, nothing new. Cool.
Come again.
Alright, so let's go to straight, see if we can get anything else from them, but I don't think we can. I think all we can get from Elana and Sin's souls are the weapons. Let's just go to straight real quick.
Well, very unusual.
I don't see anything. Nope. Yep. Yep, just the weapons. Alright.
Feel, let's hope.
Let's hit up Majula real quick. I don't think we can get any armor sets.
Oh, I
Don't know why I'm talking to you. I want to talk with,
You've been well.
Okay, yeah. This won't update. This will only update when we beat Miss Sandra. Alright.
No interest.
Valencia, do you have anything? You tend to have, stuff. No? Alright.
Lively tongue.
We'll take one more look with Mullen here. I doubt he'll have anything, but I just want to check.
You need armor?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Are you sure?
Alright. 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 And with that, I am going to call an episode. Yep. We at least finished up the DLC's little story line, whatever you want to call it. All they really have left to do is the Cave of the Dead, but I ain't gonna do that today. It's gonna be a real pain in the butt to do. Yeah, but we start off in the Dragon Sanctum. Yep, at the little hidden bonfire. Not really hidden, but the bonfire behind the door. Yep, start off there, and we delved deeper into the sanctum. Yep. Worked our way down past the knights, where we were invaded by Jester Thomas, of all people. Oh, sorry, I had to take a sip. Yep, we were invaded by Jester Thomas. Yep, pretty tanky fellow. Utilizes his pyromancies. He has like Firestorm. He has Warmth to heal himself. He has like Fireball, Great Fireball. But he sticks to his pyromancies. He doesn't do any melee attacks. Yep. And considering he's wearing the Jester robes, he can't backstab him. So the only way to really beat him up is just to wail on him. Yep. So that's what we did. Yep, we just beat him up. Yep. Jester Thomas. I can't believe he invaded as an NPC, hostile NPC. But yep, so we took care of him. All we got from him was an effigy, as a standard invader does. Yep. And then after that, we went through the fall gate into the, I want to say, the realm, or the lower area with the imperfects. That's what I think it was the game calls them. Yeah, those little two-legged quasi-dragon things. Yeah, if you want to call them that. They're very similar to the dragon butts in Lost Izalith, but there's like 5 or 6 of them in that little area. I mean, as long as you get them one-on-one, they're not too bad. Very doable with one-on-one. They do hit pretty hard. They do have a damage reduction, or an increase in their damage resistance during certain attacks. I think when they jump and when they stomp, I think they get a damage reduction. So you have to like wait for them to finish the animation in order to, get full damage down on them. Yeah, but other than that, they're not bad. They're not bad. They're just really tanky, but they will drop Petrified Dragon Bone. One of them did drop it for us, and they can also drop Dragon Scales. Yeah, so they're going to be my main source of Dragon Scales, because I'm pretty sure they drop them at a higher rate than the Dragon Knights in the Shrine. So we defeated them, cleared out the little area. I think it was a Great Hero Soul, an effigy, some more Petrified Dragon Bone. Yep. Hit the bonfire, press forward, use the Dragon Stone to raise the bridge. That will lead us into the deeper section of the Sanctum. Grab the Drake Blood Sword. It's a pretty interesting great sword, although it's not very long. It has triple damage types. It's got physical, magic, and lightning. So, although the physical part's the only thing that scales, that has a bonus damage, but it does have 3 elements, so that's pretty interesting. Then we unlock the elevator up, which connects back to the first bonfire in the area at the beginning of the Sanctum City. And then we went back down, crossed the bridge, which led us into the heart of the Sanctum. Yep. A lot of drop-downs. Yep, a lot of drop-downs. And that's also where we encountered the Drakeblood Knights. Yep. They're the Knights of Sir York, who came to the Sanctum City to pillage Dragonblood. Although I think they came to pillage, or came to conquer the lands for Drangelic, but they ended up, stabbing the dragon to get the blood, and it spewed poison and all that jazz. So various drop downs. I think we covered all the possible little areas. The first drop down was where we encountered our first Sanctum, our Drakeblood Knights. There's also a room with 2 different little levers, switches, whatever. One of them opened up to a Sanctum Knights and 4 empty chests. The other one will open up to Crystal Lizards. Yep. I think there's 4 Crystal Lizards that'll run out to escape. So, definitely not gonna get them in one pass. I will get them between episodes. I'm pretty sure they just drop like Titanite chunks, Petrified Dragon Bones, that kind of stuff. Maybe an Infusion Stone as well, but yeah. So I'll get them between episodes. I think there's like 3 or 4 of them in that little space. So we just kind of continue dropping down. Dealt with another Drakeblood Knight, picked up some hexing urns, found the secret bonfire in the Sanctum innards, or interior. We continued another drop down with some more Drakeblood Knights. This time we picked up the Drakeblood armor in another room with a bunch of empty chests, just to kind of show that the area was already pillaged long before us. Though I do like the Drakeblood Knight. It looks pretty cool. Definitely the gauntlets and the greaves. The chest piece, it could... I don't know. Yeah. But anyway. So we grabbed the armor. Continue dropping down. Cleared out some more Drakeblood Knights. Grabbed a bunch of items they were guarding. Like some soul items. I think the Twiggly Tie Knights and some other stuff. Some odds and ends. And then we made our way all the way to the bottom, where we could summon Benhart and Steelheart Ellie. But before that, I went back up, warped out, came back into the inner sanctum just to kind of check out, see if there's any other spots on the other side that we could get to, which I don't think there is. I think we went to everywhere we could get to. I think the only fake wall is that one hiding the bonfire. So after confirming we did everything, we went all the way to the bottom, prepared for our fight with Elana, the Squalid Queen, and then we summoned Steelheart Ellie, hoping for her to... I don't know, I was expecting a bit more out of her, to be honest, but Elana did not cooperate. She did not play fair, I'll say that. Yeah, the biggie with Elana is that she likes to summon. Yeah. She can summon pigs, which I think is the rarer summon. She can summon 3 skeletons, which should be the more common one. Or she can summon Velstadt. Yeah. Luckily a weaker version of Velstadt, but Velstadt nonetheless. And she did summon skeletons once, and she summoned Velstadt 3 times. Like, really? She summoned Velstadt 3 times. That should be the rarer of the 3 summons, but... Because of that, Steelheart Ellie didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to. I was hoping she would kind of keep Elana occupied while I dealt with these summons. But because of she summoned Velstadt, Velstadt's pretty protective of Elana, so he'll aggro onto whoever's fighting her first. So that didn't help. And the fact that we summoned Ellie meant that Elana got boosted health and defenses, so... Yay! Lovely. Yeah, so... Yeah, a little touch and go there for bits, but Elana is mostly a caster. She will sit back for the most part, spam dark orbs, pursuers. She has a flame swath. But when she does summon, particularly Velstadt, she will become aggressive. She'll teleport closer to you, take swings at you. And it doesn't help that Velstadt's little hammer pancakes you, as well as her. She can pancake you as well, so that doesn't help. So Steelheart Ellie did die on us, but luckily Elana was mostly dead at that point, so I just had to avoid Velstadt and just kind of swing at her. So I did eventually take her down. Went a lot rougher than I hoped, but it worked out. And then once she's dead, the big mural she was seeing in front of, that opens up, leading to another bonfire, as well as the next boss. Yep. It's one boss after another. Yeah, so the next boss was Sinh, the Slumbering Dragon. Yep, we could have summoned Transcendent Eddie, which is a dragon knight, similar to Dragon Fang Villard, or a Saintus, or Saintus of some sort. I forget her name, but we opted not to. We switched over. We added our spear to our lineup. Switched out Sunlight Blades for Sunlight Spear, and we hit up Denial. Went through the boss fog, and we took on Sinh, Slumbering Dragon. Yep. who is not terrible. He's not the worst dragon fight, but he's not the best. He's very reminiscent of Calamite, but the thing is that he likes to fly around a lot. Yeah. And it took me a bit to realize that some of his flying fireball attacks is just sprint to one side. Yeah, trying to dodge it is pretty tricky. I'm pretty sure its hitbox is lasts longer than your dodge animation, or your iframes anyway. So the best bet is just to kind of sprint, just to get out of the blast zone. You can't block his little head swipe thing. You can block his little paw attacks. His bite you can block as well if you're far enough away, otherwise it hits behind you. All of his fireball attacks have a poison, or not poison, toxic. Yes, he inflicts toxic. And I think it's applied to his fireball or fire attacks. So... And his little gimmick is that his weapon durability degrades faster when you attack him. Yeah, so he does extra durability damage against weapons. Yeah. So your weapons will not last very long against him, particularly if you stick with melee. But we did utilize our lightning spears to at least take a chunk of his health. I was hoping we would do more damage, but again, it's FromSoft DLCs, and they tend to have pretty beefy resistances, particularly against elements. But yeah, other than the fact that he loves to fly around, he's not a bad fight. Definitely better than the Ancient Dragon. Not quite as good as Calamite. I still think Calamite's probably one of the better dragon fights in FromSoft games. It's like Calamite, the Midir, Bale, Citisax is pretty good. Well, it's okay. But yeah, those would be like the top three. No particular order, but those are the top three: Calamite, Midir, and Bale. Yeah, so we just kind of took our time with Sin. Denial did save our bacon. Yep. We did technically die during the fight. Denial did trigger, but luckily we came back. We came back. Yeah, just kind of be a little defensive when your health gets low. Just kind of wait for an opening to drink some Estus or pop a life gem. All in all, not too bad, not too bad. After defeating Sin, we grabbed Yorg's ring, as well as the sunken crown. Yep. Yorg's ring has, I think, a 50% chance of deflecting spells, and the sunken crown just doesn't really do much. Yep. Now that we have it in our inventory, Vendrick will have some more dialogue for us. But we'll probably check that out next episode. So after defeating Sin, we got its soul. We went to Ornifex to see what we can get out of him. We can get York's spear from Sin's soul, and the Wrathful Axe from Elana's soul. Yep. I might grab York's spear. I'll think about it. It does require 30 strength, so I'm going to have to invest some more strength into that point, but... Yep, and I think we went to check with Strayed. Can't get anything from Strayed out of those souls. Came here, checked with some NPCs, nothing new. And that was it. Yep, that was it. Kind of went a bit longer than I hoped, but we cleared out the rest of the Sanctum faster than I expected, and I didn't want to put the next episode just being, the two boss fights. Might as well just smash them together. Get a little bit bigger episode, but yeah. So now we're basically done with the Crown of the Sunken King. All we got left to do is the Cave of the Dead. Yep. Yeah, so that's going to be next episode. Yeah. Next episode is going to be the Cave of the Dead. That will complete the Sunken Crown DLC. And then we'll go to Vendrick and talk with him. Yep, and that'll be the plan for next episode. Yeah, the only issue is that the Cave of the Dead is the challenge zone for the DLC. You are expected to have like 2 other human players summoned to help you, so it is geared towards 3 people completing it. So, so yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, because it's full of Sanctum soldiers who are pretty sturdy by themselves. It also has those little creatures with the little poison statues on the back. Except this time they spew petrification. Yep, they don't spew poison, they spew petrification. In the Cave of the Dead. There's also those giant worms in there. A few items along the way. Yeah, and at the end of all that is a gank fight, where you fight 3 NPC enemies all at once. Again, you're meant to have 2 other people helping you out to split up the aggro, but it's just going to be little old me. Yeah, little old me. So it's not going to be fun. Yeah, because one of them is a light armor archer type with a great bow. Another one's a medium armor type with, I think, dual katanas. And the third one is a Havel lookalike. Yeah, so he has heavy armor, big shield, and the dragon tooth. So, yeah, not going to be fun. Not going to be fun. I'm pretty sure you can't parry the dragon tooth. So he's going to be interesting. They are considered hollowed enemies, so I'm pretty sure... I think Alluring Skulls will work on them, but we'll give it a try. We'll see if that works. Throw one down to a lower area and see if they run after it. We could also use Holy Water Urns, which should be enough to, at least, I think, stagger them. I think it will poise break them and do a good chunk of damage, so we'll consider that. But again, they'll probably dodge it, so it's like, eh. We'll see. Yep. It's gonna be fun. But that's gonna be for another episode. Yep. And I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.